Owners of janky, strange, rectangular pieces of paper, my friends, I hope the day finds you. Anyways, what are we here to talk about? We are talking about a fine and dandy elves. We got a couple of honorable mentions, and we got the ones that we think everybody needs to have if you're running elves. So let's begin here with the lower powered Llanoware elves. For one, tap and add a green mana. So we knew there'd be ramp, right? And look at that. Do we like this version of it? I sure do. Ooh, that is actually luxury cardboard. All right, and we have a full art foil Fiend Horn. Oh boy, look at them. They're tough. I love that. It's Bjork and company. 1/1 and a green. And then we have a very interesting card here, but also a very sad card. I call this the Suicide Elf. Because if Elvish Spirit Guide is in your hand, you may remove it from the game to add 1 green to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt and or instant for your young people. So our interrupt, our instant, we can basically sack this from our hand, remove it from the game, exile, see ya, you never existed. It's terrible. So she never gets to flourish. The butterfly spirit here, Elvish Spirit Guide, what does she get to do? She just turns into mana. That's all. She's elvish. And mana. And very sad. Because she's never played. But, I mean, why would she? If you had played her, I mean, she's a 3 mana 2/2, right? And we have here an Oak Street Innkeeper. Now, why do I have this in here? A little strange, right? But as long as it's your turn, tapped creatures you control have hexproof. And it is an elf. So that extra layer of protection, despite running things like, we'll go into an honorable mensch here real quick. And we will talk about the Gaia Herald. And if you saw my other video, yeah, this is, in essence, a 1 more mana cost, doesn't do as much, version of Gaia's Shepherd, or Gaia's Shepherd. I do the worst. Aren't I the worst? Oh, what Allosaurus Shepherd, Al de Shep. So, our honorable mensch here, Gaia Herald, very, very similar. And so too, this Oak Street Innkeeper. Look how this works. So you can actually have an elf army with these. And, you know, you got the Gaia's Herald, and then you're going to have Allosaurus Shepherd in there. You're going to have some pretty much, you're going to have the elves be sticking around a little bit, aren't you? Oak Street Innkeeper. So 3 mana, casting cost, that's 1/2, but we like that ability. So we'll keep Gaia's Herald here as food for thought. And then we have the Llanoware Tribe, which is the fairest card ever made in Magic. No, it's not the fair. Well, you know what? It is one of them. There's cards like this. And love that version. Modern Horizons. Oh, I love it. So 3 green. Tap it for 3 green, and it's a 3/3. So honorable mensch here. What do we have? Okay, this is kind of a similar ramp elf. And that's a jaunty fellow up in the tree there. You know what? I'd be happy to see that playing disc golf or something. Like, look up there and it's the Wirewood elf. Actually, I think he has a disc up there he's going to toss down to somebody. Anyway, so tap it, add 1 green to your mana pool. So even though that costs 1 more, right? He's a 1/2. So it's worth it. Because in Commander and Singleton format, if you want that ramp, just like this, yeah, it's a 3/3 with 4/3 that makes 3. Excellent ramp. Now, getting into more aggro cards, we have Steel Leaf Champion here. So this is something in green that is very valuable. And why is this valuable in green? Because this is a 5/4 for 3 mana, which is not necessarily a common thing in green. A theme in green is going to be big stompy creatures with higher casting costs. So the Steel Leaf Champion being a 3 mana 5/4 and it can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. This is a heavy hitter. And look at that. We do like that version. And going on here, oh, look at that. We do like these versions as well. So check that out there. Oh, 8th edition Elvish Piper. It is a 3 and a green, and for 1 green, you can put a creature card from your hand into play. So what we just said about green was being huge creatures, right? So say you got some kind of worm, some dinosaur, behemoth. One casting cost. I mean, this is one of those cards. We are going to do another series, and it's going to be, you know what, I'm not even going to give it away, but this card is going to be in it. So you will see Elvish Piper and his Scottish Halflongs there very, very shortly. But Elvish Piper, we love that. That is an amazing card. And also, in recent videos, we've seen Fauna Shaman, because it is survival of the fittest on a lady. A tough lady. Look at her. Look at the accoutrements. We talked about it. We know. So for 1 and a green, we can pay 1 green, discard a creature card, search our library for a creature card, reveal it, and put it into our hand. Then shuffle the library, of course. 2/2. And getting into our big dumpers here. We have Allosaurus Shepherd. Cannot be countered. Green spells you control can't be countered. And the most important, the thing we can never overlook here. For 4 and 2 green until end of turn, each elf creature you control has base power and toughness 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other creature types. Oh my god, so powerful. Who wouldn't want elf dinosaurs? The other stuff's okay. And just remember, very expensive, not very expensive, but very similar. Very similar. I run them together. Last but not least, what I think is the most powerful elf in Magic the Gathering. Selvala, Heart of the Wild. Oh, look at her. So for 1 and 2 green, whenever another creature enters the battlefield, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Sure, people get to draw cards, but for 1 green and a tap of Selvala, we can add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. And boy, are we going to be tapping Selvala, Heart of the Wilds. Because she's going to be creating all that mana. And we love that, right? So get those stompy creatures out and get these elves into your deck. Get these elves into your deck. Each and every one of them. Even the sad one.